Hello everybody, Bob Giglio. I'm back in my shop today for a short video on pressure reducing valves. So you've seen a couple of my other videos I put out there on this, and here is a new one where we're going to do an autopsy on a bad pressure reducing valve. This is the valve that I had installed in my neighbor's home. She was having water pressure issues. So I put this in about 3 years ago and it was working fine. And just recently, it wasn't maintaining the pressure, outlet pressure. So the pressure comes in here at the street level, which around in this neighborhood, Oak Knoll neighborhood, it's about 120, 130 psi, depending on the elevation of your house. And then it comes out here at the regulator pressure that you set with this bolt here. And what I like to do, I like to put a pressure gauge after it and before it so I can see this valve doing its job. When you set this pressure, it's supposed to always maintain the outlet pressure here to whatever the set point value is. And this value is pretty constant around 130, 120 psi. So in this case, I removed this about a couple of weeks ago and I put a new one in for her, a higher pressure one that's rated between 75 and 125 psi. This is a low pressure one, 25 to 75 psi. So this started to fail in that it wouldn't open the valve up fast enough to keep the pressure maintained at the set point. So at times when a lot of devices like toilets and showers and sinks were operating, wash machines, the pressure gauge was showing about 20 psi from a set point of around 80. So it's a huge difference, and clearly the valve is malfunctioning. So now in this video we're going to go ahead and take it apart and try to figure out what happened, why couldn't it do its job. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp it in the vise, and I'm going to back this adjusting nut, which it pushes against a spring that compresses the spring and keeps that diaphragm compressed to counteract the pressure of the water coming in. It should come off now. Okay, so there is the spring, and here's the diaphragm that goes up and down to control a valve position, which is underneath this diaphragm, and to the set point pressure, which set point pressure is set by screwing that bolt down and compressing the spring to the pressure that you want, and it offsets the pressure. It balances the pressure to what's coming in. So we're going to go ahead and now let's see. I think I have to flip this over, and let's get on the bottom of it now. Okay, that's the screen, totally clear, so that's not a problem. That's the inlet screen. This is the valve here, the bottom of the valve, so we're going to take that off. This is actually the point where the pressure is being controlled. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, O-rings look good. This is this sealing. If there's a sealing problem here with this washer, that means you see pressure creep. In other words, if no water is flowing, the regulator pressure will slowly go up, downstream, because it can't seal against this washer and let the incoming pressure leak into the controlled pressure zone, the outlet, and it would go above the set point. Now we're going to take off this nut. We're gonna separate the diaphragm from the shaft here. Take the lock washer off, and this should come right off now. Okay, and there it is. So this is the diaphragm that opens and closes, that moves, flexes against the spring pressure and the street pressure coming in, water pressure. So I do have a breakdown of the valve here. This is a Watts LF25 AUB Z3. This particular one happens to be the low pressure version, 50 psi set point, and you can tell that by the tag. You can see the tag here. There's the model number, and there's the set pressure, 50 psi, and there's the range, 25 to 75. These valves, I think, the pressure's too low. Because like I said in my other video, you need in the basement about 80 psi to get you to the second floor shower and bath, because every floor is gonna eat away 5 psi. So you're at least 10 to 15 psi below the set point when you're on the top floor. So, and that's not good for a shower head or multiple showers going at the same time on the second floor. So let's put some WD-40 on it and try to loosen this thing up now. Yep, that was it. And that's the failure. Okay, so we've determined, the autopsy has determined that it was a frozen valve stem. It couldn't move. This valve stem here, it goes up and down according to the pressure, and it regulates the pressure. So because it wasn't doing that, then the cause was it was frozen into this bore here. So this is repairable, by the way. Basically what I did was I just took a standing drum from my drill press, mandrel, and I put some 2000 sandpaper on it, and I put a little water on it. And you could just, you know, smooth this bore out again. It had calcium deposits on it, and it was a little bit corroded, which concerns me because the manufacturer should have put some pretty, you know, durable material for this bore so it wouldn't corrode. But basically, I smoothed it with the 2000. Now it's nice and smooth again, and you could do this repair at home. I'm just hoping that it's not going to reoccur that often. The problem here is that I put my valve, and most people do, on the incoming water line into your home, which is in our neighborhood hard water, and hard water has a lot of calcium buildup in it. So, and it seemed to have caused this, might have contributed to this problem, because I just see some white calcium buildup on that. But I smoothed the bore now, and I also took the stem, the adjustable stem here, and I wire wheeled it to get the calcium off. Here are the bore mating surfaces here, the piston. So what I do is, again, I took some 2000 sandpaper, wet. I put some water on it, and I smoothed it off with using water. And then we can put this back in the bore now that we clean the bore out. And it goes like this. And now, see, that is supposed to move up and down like this. Now, see how it's moving up and down? That's how it works. You can see that. Okay, so it moves up and down. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble everything. It doesn't look that bad. The seat is in here as well. I don't think that's a problem, but that's how you can repair it. So hope that helps. You can check your own valve now by doing what I did. Without taking it off, it's an easy way to check to see if it is moving, and that's could be the part of the problem. Thanks for watching.